1913, I got off the train down here at Garnet at 1 o'clock in the morning, and I looked for the North Star. I walked over here about where Desert Hot Springs now. Then in the morning now, I had 100,000 acres of land, and I could go anywhere I wanted to and put down 4 stakes and get 160 acres of land. It doesn't look possible that it could be done in one man's lifetime, and yet it was so.
Indeed, there is no other place quite like this place, and no other man quite like the man who built it. The intertwined story of the man and the building still fascinates visitors, well over a half a century after Cabot Yerxa first opened it to the public as a museum and trading post. Cabot's life was as interesting as this unique building he left us. He was a man of many talents: writer, artist, world traveler, adventurer, self-described desert rat, builder, naturalist, and collector. He built this structure almost entirely from recycled materials, and he designed a natural strategy to cool it. It's surrounded by native plants that attract a range of desert wildlife. So we might say he was one of the fathers of today's green construction. The building's historic value is honored by its listing on the National Register of Historic Places.
Cabot Yerxa built this building 30 years after he originally came to the desert. He built it, he said, in honor of the Hopi people, whom he especially admired because of their peacefulness and their spirituality.
He began construction in 1941, and by the late 1940s was using it as both residence and museum.
Cabot started his tours out in the room we just came from, and he brought people in here so that he could show them the wonderful artifacts that he had collected throughout his entire life. This pottery, the baskets, the collections from Alaska. And he would tell people all about these artifacts, but more importantly, at least for Cabot, was to tell people about the culture of the people that made them.
The most unique part of the Pueblo may be the earthen room. Cabot may have kept the bare dirt floor as part of the replication of a Hopi Pueblo, as well as a means of showing respect for the Native American belief in literally staying connected with Mother Earth. This was Cabot's living room and one of the last rooms to be closed in. It was built around the little bedroom he used as a retreat during the construction years.
It is a wonderful thing to keep going as a museum. And we know by reading history that after a while everybody disappears from this world. And so, while I expect to live quite a long time yet, I would like during the interval to leave this building and this museum in some sort of way so that it would carry on and still be a museum and a point of interest and instruction for young people and people from the city.